Bonjour à tous, j'espère que vous allez bien et que vous êtes prêts à travailler le français avec moi. If you think that I spoke too fast, well, don't worry, you will come to this level. But now you are maybe in A1-A2 level, you just start to learn English, no, you just start to learn French, and you think that you will never make it and it's too difficult and the level is inatteignable, we say in French. Like, you can't reach it. Well, I have a good news for you. You will, and it will take step by step, little by little, of course. But you will see that with practice, everyday practice maybe, you will arrive to your destination and you will reach your goal. And of course, you have to start because you don't have. What was the saying? They were saying. Sorry, but it still is actually. They still is. So there is a saying that said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And this is why we do such video, and this is why I'm helping you with such video in order for you to progress and to improve in French. And today it's very, very important video because today it's a video that will directly help you to get the A1 exam. Indeed, you just start French, and the first pit stop, if you want, is the A1 level exam. You can take the DELF, the TCF, etc. But it's very important for you to master some topics that we will see today, and we will study it together. And also, we building these exercises, these lessons with my wife, and always with with the mind in the exam. Like when we have prepared this exercise, we had in mind the first step, which was A1. So we analyze what the A1 requires, and it requires what we call a form. Actually, from the very first level in French, you have to be able to fulfill a form, and this is why we put it directly in the third lesson. Again, we will see it later in part 5, part 6, because in our techniques is like I give you some information, I give you some lessons, I teach you something, but it's hard to retain it. So this is why in 2, 3, or 4 lessons I come back to this topic, but without going into much details like we do today. But you will say to yourself, hey, I already know that. And it's true, because you're going step by step. And first, so you have to master some topics, and then you go further. And since it's like accumulation actually, so you don't forget what you have learned, you will use it again. And this is why it's very important. This is why in the previous lessons we have seen the possessive adjective together, and today we will see how to ask question. Well, I say we will see, but in fact you already have watched the lessons that we give you, what we gave to you with my wife it's the third chapter, that you can find on YouTube or in our private area in season 1. And it's very important for you to watch the lessons before, because you will see that the exercise is so easy to do after you know what the lesson is, of course. So if you directly come here and watch this exercise, well, it's not too complicated actually, so you will be able to do it. But if you just start French and it's just the third lesson, I strongly advise you to watch the lesson first, because this is the practice. Okay, so and that's it. So what we will see today, I will not show you. No, let's make a surprise, okay? Today we directly start with the exercise. So let's start. On commence in French. Link the French words to the correct translation. Okay, let's do it. So I will take my pen. Let's start with blue, la couleur bleue, and the first one is easy. Why is it so? Because it's not my pen. Okay. Sorry, I will take my true pen. Okay, this is better. So téléphone is in French. Téléphone, there is accent on the E. Here, this is why we pronounce it like E. So anytime you see an accent, accent grave, accent aigu, in French, you have to pronounce the sound E. Sometimes there is no accent and you have still to pronounce the sound E, but we have seen it in the accent lesson that you can find in the French basic topic, French basic lessons that you can find in our private area, okay? So, téléphone, and in English you already know it, it's the téléphone, right? In English, the phone, téléphone. In French, it's téléphone. The second one, very, very important. I will make it rouge, red. Prénom. Ah la 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 la. Prénom. Prénom. What is your name and your surname, right? And it's very difficult topic. Because in English, so have you get the answer right? Yes. Name. And it's very important because don't make the mismatch and don't confuse it with the surname. Because in French, the surname is le nom. Okay? So in French, you will hear a lot, quel est votre nom et prénom? But in English, you tend to think that it's name and surname. But in France, actually, we start with the nom, which is the surname. So let's say, I don't know, your name is Zinedine Zidane. So in French, we ask for nom, prénom. So you have to say Zidane, Zinedine. But in English, usually you ask for name, surname. So you will say Zinedine Zidane. Okay, let's continue. I will take la couleur rose, rue. Yeah, we already have seen it a lot of time, rue, in the first chapter as well. So you already know it. It means street. Let's choose la couleur. What is this color? Try to say it in French. Yes, please, come on. Yes, violet. Be careful to the pronunciation. Violet, violet. Okay. Do you want to know how we write it? Like this? Okay, it's an O. Violet. In feminine, we say violette, and it's actually the name of a flower, violette, la violette. And it's easy one, it's directly here, secteur. Secteur, in English, sector. Well, you pronounce it better than me, of course, in English. But in French, we say secteur. Secteur, okay? We continue, let's take the sky blue. Difficile. Well, you already know it, it's difficult. Okay, difficile, difficult. Well, as you can see, it's not so much difficult, the word. Difficile, difficult. Okay, we continue. So, nom, surname, be careful to this one. Let's go with black, la couleur noire. Travailler. What does it mean? Travailler, very important word in French. It's a verb actually because it ends with er. If it is your third lesson, don't worry, you will learn everything about the first group verb, second group verb, third group verb. We see it all, we will cover it all. But I give it from here. So, travailler, it's a verb and it means to work, indeed. And you will notice that here I also, répéter, it's a verb as well because it ends with er. And I made a video, if you are on YouTube right now, I made a video about the first group verb that you can go and watch. I explain everything smoothly and easily. So the first group verbs is not that difficult. So I strongly advise you to learn it. But if you are in the third lesson of French with Love, be cool. We will go to the first group verb in the third part, okay? Part 3, chapter 4, I think. Yes, I do remember right. Okay, so let's continue with another color. It is orange in English. Date de naissance, very important when you fulfill a form. Date de naissance. And actually, you already know this word. I will not... That's okay, like this, boom. And it's here as well. And boom. Date de naissance, date of birth. Quelle est votre date de naissance? What is your date of birth? We will see it in a moment. Which color did I not take yet? Let's go gray. En français, le gris. Gray in English, gris. Gris. Like this, gris in French, okay? And we have a video about color as well in the private area. When you come to our website, FrenchWithLove.com, you go and there is French basic. So you have the accent, you have the combination of letters, you have the colors, plenty of other lesson and video. Répéter, you see it's, oh, what happened? Okay. You see it ends with ER at the end, and it's a verb. Like in English, verbs start with to. So répéter is to repeat. I will go up like this a little. And what color I can take? Le jaune. Jaune. Well, you can't see much, I think, but okay, it's yellow. Can you see this one? Jaune. Well, yeah, it's yellow. We see nothing, but okay. Well, know that, you know, the letter A and U next to each other make the sound O. So we say jaune, which means yellow. And entreprise means enterprise, company, okay. Entreprise in French means enterprise or company in English. And this is it for the vocabulary of today's exercises. I think it's very beautiful. What do you think? I don't know, but I guess it was not so hard. Let's continue. So here I will change my pen, make it blue so you can see it clearer in the screen. So circle the correct answer. Okay, let's do that. So mon tac 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 est Benjamin. Mon what? I give you like 2 seconds to guess. Yes, because you know it's not my address. My address is not Benjamin. There is not Benjamin Street that I know. My nationality is not Benjamin. Benjamin is not a country. It's a name. Mon prénom est Benjamin. Okay. Je suis. Tac tac tac. À Paris. Well, this one is kind of difficult to understand because you know it's passé composé, and we will see this timeline, you know, the passé composé, etc. We will see it, the mood, l'indicatif, etc. We will see it in season 2, because when you just start French, just focus on present tense, okay? You don't need all of tense, etc. You just focus on present tense and it will be enough for A1 and even for A2. In A2, you will need some sentences in passé composé or imparfait, but not too much actually, okay? For the very first level, just focus on present tense. Focus on mastering the present tense and forget everything else. Because once you master the present tense, you will see that all of the tenses, all of the mood are quite easy to do. Well, using them in a sentence, it's a different topic, a different question, of course. But first of all, just focus on present tense, okay? À l'indicatif, indicative mood, very important as well. But here, you know, when you say I was born, you know, it's like in English, you say I was born, okay? So you use a past tense. And here you can use je n'ai, it's not present tense, okay? So it's the verb naître. And so when you talk about yourself, when you want to say I was born, you have to use what we call le passé composé in French. Don't worry. Well, it's quite a difficult topic because, you know, it's what we call, it uses what we call auxiliaire and participe passé. I know it's a lot of hard work, not hard, well, it will be hard work, but it's hard work, difficult words, participe passé, auxiliaire. You are not there yet, okay? You are not there yet, so don't panic, don't stress, we will go over. There is a lot of steps to do before arriving to that topic. But since, you know, we ask you to fulfill a form, to present yourself, there are some sentences that you have to know. And je suis né, so it's not naissance, is one of them. And why there is an E at the end? Because it's a girl who's talking. So you see, je suis né. If I was talking, so if the subject, you know, if the subject is a masculine, you have to stop here. Je suis né, okay? But since the subject is feminine and in our dialogue it's Nazli who's talking, it's a girl, so we have to add an I, okay? And this is why you can encounter the verb naître here in 2 different spelling, and this is why. It's all about the subject. Is it feminine or masculine? And I know that it's hard to determine, but there are some rules, there are exceptions as well. We see all of them in second part. So if you are already in the private area, you can go in season 1, part 2, chapter 1, and we begin to explain you all the feminine noun and masculine noun. For adjectives, is in part 4, chapter 1. Okay, and here, je suis, it's je suis, it comes from the verb être, and we call it auxiliaire. So it's auxiliaire être. It's a very difficult topic. I don't want to, make too much trouble. But don't worry, okay? Just remember that je suis né means I was born. If you are a male, don't put an I at the end. If you are a girl, put an I at the end. But we will talk about it again, and you can watch the lessons and we talk about it in the lesson as well. Let's continue our work. En ce moment, at that time, now, okay, in current days, at this moment. Je, tac, 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 en France. So you know that in French, you have to have a subject, and then a verb, and then a complement. Okay? So what is the verb here? Is not nationalité, it's a noun, is not pays, which means country. So the only possible answer is travail. Ok, en ce moment, je travaille en France. Okay, that's good. I hope that is clear for you. If you have any question, do not hesitate to write a comment, or you can come to our private area and directly send me an email there. Usually I answer very quickly, and that's it. So if you have any question, do not hesitate to reach us. Let's say we can go to our next exercise, which is a translation. Very important exercise, because you just start French and you sometimes you think in English and you try to translate in French and then you say in French, which is perfectly normal. Well, the beautiful things to do would be to think in French and speak in French, but it's difficult, especially at the beginning. And this is why I'm speaking English, so you can understand me and you can see that I can understand you. So you can ask me any question. I'm here. I speak English to take you from your current level, from the basic level, to bring you to the B2 level, where I will only speak French and as a French. I will speak slowly French in B2, but after you have the next level, which is C1 and C2, but where I will speak normal French, current French, and it will go fast. I will go quick. Why? Because when you took a C1 and C2 level, you want to come to France, and in France, they don't wait for you. Okay, in university, they don't speak slowly. No, they go fast. And this is why I have to train you in order that when you come to France, everything seems normal and you are already there actually, okay? But here, I'm speaking English. I know it's not perfect, but hey, your French will not be perfect as well. But do it, have the courage to do it, okay? Be brave enough to speak it. And look at me, my English is not perfect, but yet I'm speaking English. Why? Because I want you to understand me. I want you to understand the French language. So this is why I'm doing it for you, and do it the same, okay? But we are the third lessons. We just have started. It goes slow. We have a ton of things to do. We have a ton of lessons to do, but step by step we will go, and you will improve, and it will be tremendous, and you will see the improvement in yourself, and you will be so happy. That's perfect. But yet, let's continue our translation into English. So, when I say to you, quelle est votre date de naissance? What do you think? Quelle est votre date de naissance? You see, I speak slowly. In French, when you are at the préfecture, for instance, like you just newly come to France and there is a person in front of you that their only language is French, and they will tell to you, quelle est votre date de naissance? Oui, bonjour, monsieur, quelle est votre date de naissance? You see, I speak like Jet, but this is the true French, actually. Don't wait that the person in front of you will say, bonjour, quelle est votre date de naissance? Nobody talks like that in France, unfortunately. So you have to be strong, you have to be ready, and we start here. Be confident. Your level is not my level yet. You don't have 6 stars yet, okay? You don't even have 1 star yet. You don't go through the A1 gate. So, but you will pass through it, and I will accompany you. So when I ask you, quelle est votre date de naissance? What do you think? And I think that you got it. What is your, avec une majuscule au départ, what is your date of birth? And it's a question, so we add the point d'interrogation. Yeah, this, interrogation mark. We say it in French, point d'interrogation, but we will come to it later. Pouvez-vous épeler votre prénom? Yes, this one is very important. Épeler. You can say, there is many way of pronouncing it. You can say épeler, which is right. Or, since you don't, this E, like, the E at the middle here. So this one. We don't pronounce it, so you can say it quickly, like épeler. You see? You don't hear the E at the middle, but you can say it, épeler, if you want to speak, normal French. But when you go fast, you can say, pouvez-vous épeler? Épeler, you see? So this is why, there is a 2 way of pronouncing it, and it's not the first and it won't be the last one that have 2 spelling, especially when you have the letter E in the middle. But if you want to listen of how to pronounce in French, I invite you to watch our pronunciation video, which are in YouTube and in our private area where we include pronunciation video every week or every day sometimes, and you have plenty of pronunciation video where I explain you the letter combination, how to pronounce words, etc., with beautiful quotes actually. So not only you will learn pronunciation, but also you will read a beautiful sentence in French. So, pouvez-vous épeler votre prénom? How could you say that? Pouvez-vous, you can use could, but we have another word for that in French. So, pouvez-vous, it's more like can. Could is like, conditional, so you can say pourriez-vous. So, there you can translate with could, but here I prefer can. Can you? Pouvez-vous? Can you? Épeler, we have seen it in the 10 words in today's lessons, and it's, yes, to spell. So can you spell your surname? No, name. That's great. Ok, c'est parfait, c'est très bien. On continue. Translate into French. Okay, now, it's what I said in the beginning. You tend to think in English and you try to speak French, which is perfectly normal. So let's say that you think that to say I was born on 24th June 1987. How do you say it? I was born, we just have seen it. So it's je suis né. Are you a boy or a girl? If you are a boy, it's je suis né. But let's say that you are a girl. You have to say je suis né with an extra I at the end. Je suis né on, we say before the date, we use the article le, and we have a video lessons about, the dates and the time as well in our private area where you can watch it. Je suis né le 24 juin, it's almost the same in French. June in English means juin. And numbers, again, we have a very beautiful video about numbers in French, and it's on YouTube as well. You can go and watch it. In 27 words, we teach you how to count till 1 million in French. So, je suis né le 24 juin 1987. And there I explain to you as well why we say 80, and you know, because 80 in French means 4 times 20, so 4 times 20 equal 80, and I explain you why we say it like that in French, so you can go and watch this video. And we continue. Can you repeat your telephone number? Well, you can add please, of course. Can you, again. Pouvez-vous, avec une majuscule. Pouvez-vous what? Repeat. We have seen it. Pouvez-vous répéter your, adjective possessive. We have seen it in the previous lesson. Votre numéro, be careful to the accent, de téléphone. Okay. I will make it here so you can see it perfectly. So, can you, pouvez-vous, repeat, répéter votre numéro de téléphone? And that's it. You see, not so difficult to do, I hope, at least, for you. And we start grammar. Oh, very beautiful. Because, you know, hear what I say and look at the screen. Look at the screen, the spelling of words. And hear how I do pronounce them. Quel, quelle, quelle, quelle. Yes, it's the same. The pronunciation is the same. The spelling are quite different, but yet. This is why it is a difficult topic, because when you use quel, you have to, you know, imagine, you have to know to which noun or adjective it is linked to. And depending on that, you will be able to write it correctly. And this is why many, even French people born and raised in France, make some mistakes about this one. Because, you know, at the end of the sentence, you have to come back to the beginning in order to know how to write quel. Crazy thing. So, for instance, here, you know, we have prénom. Prénom, which means name. You're good. Perfect. Continue this way. Prénom. What is prénom? Prénom is a masculine singular noun. I give it to you because, you know, in part 2 we will see what is a masculine and feminine words. We will talk about that, okay? But for now, I give it to you. Okay, so no big deal. So, is a masculine singular noun. Okay, so, you know, to make it even easier for you, look. Quelle, quelle. It's for masculine, okay? And I will make red. And here, quelle and quelle is for feminine words. So here we have, and again, masculine, plural and singular, we'll talk about it as well in part 2 of French with Love. So, prénom is a masculine singular word, so it's blue. And so, since it's a singular, I have to use this one. Okay? Quite easy, right? Quel. Quel est votre prénom? You see, because I used prénom, I have to use quel in the masculine singular form. We continue. I guess you got it. I will take pen. I will take my red pen in order to make, you can see it's feminine. Adresse. Here, adresse is a feminine singular noun. Okay, so I writing quelle. Avec une majuscule au début, s'il vous plaît. Quelle. Okay, easy? I think it's easy actually, you know, it's not that hard. So, let's continue. And it's blue. And I will make all the others in blue, okay? So I won't lose time changing it. So, loisir. Loisir is a masculine plural noun. Okay, it's plural because there is an S at the end. And here, you know, you have vo. We have already seen it. So, since it's masculine and plural, we have to use quel, but with an S at the end. Alright, let's continue. I will go only blue. Okay, so les réponses, and there is an S at the end, so this is why it's plural. And we say une réponse, so it's feminine. And so this is the correct form, all right? If you have any question, do not hesitate to hit the pause button and ask a question in the comments, or you can come to frenchwithlove.com and send me your question. Actually, yeah, come to, or we are in all social media as well, but there is some fake account. I don't understand why. So you can write to us there as well. Be careful of the page you follow, and if you want to be sure, come to frenchwithlove.com and send me an email at ben@frenchwithlove.com if you have any question. Okay, let's continue. Âge. Quel est votre âge? Okay, votre. It's singular, so you already have the answer actually. So it's masculine singular. So it's quel. All right? Because it's masculine singular. À quelle heure? We continue. Heure. We say une heure, so it's feminine singular. And this is why we say à quelle heure. And here we don't need a majuscule because it's not at the beginning of a sentence. And then we have an exclamation. What a beautiful day. Quelle belle journée. Well, I can say quelle belle journée. You see, it's the same pronunciation. Quelle belle journée. À quelle heure? Quel est votre âge? It's the same pronunciation. Quelle. But how do you spell it? Very important. Journée is a feminine singular noun, and this is why we use belle as well, but we will talk about adjectives in part 4, chapter 1 of French with Love. So you can go there and watch already the lessons about adjectives if you want. And it's a pretty long lessons because adjective in French, there is a lot of things to say about it. Okay? Quelle belle journée. So what do you think of it? Is it easy? Is it difficult? I don't think it's so much difficult. I don't know what you think about it, but look, you just have to, you see what I did. I will take my orange pens. So all you have to do, I know the difficult part is that, the question words is at the beginning, but you have to have in mind what comes to the end, or in which noun it is linked. So, and this is how you will make the choose of which quelle choose. Okay? Let's continue with other exercises with est-ce, because there is two ways. Well, there is not only two ways of asking questions in French. We will talk about how to ask questions in French as well. But for today, in today's lessons, we have seen how to use quel and how to use est-ce. And it's two different forms to ask questions. And I will tell you in the next exercise in which case can we use which question type. Okay, so here, I will take my blue pen again so you can see better on the screen. So first, let's read the consignes. Les consignes means, the announcement, what we're asking for. We say la consigne. Quelle est la consigne? And since la consigne is a feminine word, when I say quelle est la consigne, which quelle do you use? Indeed. Put the words, indeed, Q-U-E-L-L-E, okay? So I want to correct it because if you say the wrong answer, I won't say very good. No, if you make it wrong, I will tell you what is wrong. Because I saw somewhere that, you write something wrong and the teacher say, good. No, it's wrong. You can't say it's good if it's wrong. Well, whatever. Quoi qu'il en soit. Put the words in the correct order to construct a question. So, okay, so we will put, and I didn't, there is no majuscule anywhere, so it's more difficult to know which words come first. But it's a question. So first we have to ask a question. So for instance, I'm here, A. Il beau fait, Q-U apostrophe S. Okay, so it's a question. And so I start with my question. Est-ce qu'il? So normally, you know, it's est-ce que. But here you don't have est-ce que, you have apostrophe. It means that, you know, the words next to it start with a vowel. And here you just have il, which is the subject or the verb fait, and then you have the last word beau. Okay, est-ce qu'il fait beau? Is the weather nice? Okay, easy as it. First a question, and then you know you ask the question. Est-ce qu'il fait beau? Let's continue. Et votre quelle nationalité? Easy. I start with quelle, you know, and then I need my verb, which is et, and then we have the article. In this case, it's the adjective possessive. Votre nationalité. Okay, is it difficult? If it is difficult, you can write my comment or you can send me an email again, but I don't think it's too much difficult. Okay, then we continue. Français, est-ce, est-ce que vous? It's a question, so I ask my question first. Est-ce que? Boom. And then, est-ce que? And then, you know, I have my subject, est-ce que vous? And then I need my verb, and then the complement. Est-ce que vous êtes français? Are you French? Est-ce que vous êtes français? Are you French? I go up like this a little. Quel est votre... Okay. Quel est votre nom? So, you know, we start asking question, which is quel, and then I need, with a majuscule, with Q, it doesn't understand the majuscule. Quel, and then I need my verb, et my adjective possessive, votre nom. Nom, name? No, surname, be careful. Nom de famille, your family name, if you want. Okay, it's better to translate, I think. Quel est votre nom de famille? It's your family name. But in English, you can translate it as surname or family name as well, okay? And the last one is boire. Est-ce quelque chose que voulez? It's a question, so, and there is est, so I go boom. Est-ce que? Then, who I'm asking? Vous, your, do you? Est-ce que? Vous. And then I need a verb, which is here. Voulez. Want what? To drink. Boire. What? Something. Quelque chose. Quelque chose. And interrogation mark. Point d'interrogation. Okay? Est-ce que vous voulez boire quelque chose? Do you want to drink something? Do you want to drink anything? Well, something is better. Quelque chose. And that's it for this exercise as well. I will go quick. Yes, time flies. Keep in mind that when a question is asked with very important, yes, I'm here, okay? Look, when a question is asked with est-ce que, the answer would be either oui or no, okay? However, with quelle, you can't answer it with oui or no. Indeed, when I ask a question with est-ce que, you know, you have to say oui or no first. But when it's quelle, you know, it's an open question. So you have to be careful with open and closed question. Yeah. For instance, est-ce qu'il fait beau? Yes or no? Is the weather is nice? Is it nice or not? Okay, but quelle est votre nationalité? Is not yes. No, I ask you, what is your nationality? Yes. It doesn't work. But with est-ce que, like, are you French? Yes. That's perfectly normal. Est-ce que vous êtes français? Oui, je suis français. But to do that, I have an exercise for you. Wow, it's very long. Okay, we will do it anyway. Let's start and let's go quick. So we give you the answers, try to find the questions. So here the answer is oui, il fait beau aujourd'hui. What I have to say, what I have to watch first is oui. Okay, so it's not quelle. It's not what. It's we start with est-ce que. Okay, so it starts with you, we, so I have to start with est-ce que. And then what I'm talking about, it say yes, il fait beau aujourd'hui. Yes, the weather is nice today. So what I will ask, est-ce qu'il fait beau aujourd'hui? And that's it, it's enough. And you say, yes, il fait beau aujourd'hui. In the answer, I took back what the question is about. Est-ce qu'il fait beau aujourd'hui? Oui, il fait beau aujourd'hui. And that's enough. We continue. Here is mon prénom est nasal. There is no yes or no, so I know that I have to start my question with quelle. But I don't know which quelle yet, because I have to know with which noun it is linked. So quelle, and she said mon prénom. So I will ask quel, and I need a verb. Quel est votre prénom? And the quel that I chose was the correct one, since prénom, un prénom, is a masculine singular word. Okay? Quel est votre prénom? And we continue. So here we have non. I didn't even read the rest. Okay, I know that. Boom, I start with est-ce que directly. Boom. Okay, and then I will read the question. Non, je n'aime pas les pommes. Pommes, apples. Okay. No, I don't like the apples. I don't like to eat the apples. But the correct literally translation is no, I don't like apples. Okay. So the question is, est-ce que, I continue here, est-ce que vous, so you, I will say aimez, do you love les pommes? And it's enough. I use vous, but you can use tu if you know the person. You know the difference between tu and vous. When you know the person, you use tu. When you don't know the person, you use vous, which is not easy to understand in English, since for you and since for tu and vous, you just use you. But in French, we have two ways to say you. You can use tu or vous. It's what we call the tutoiement. When you use tu, le tutoiement, and when you use vous, le vouvoiement. So in formal contexts, you use vous to say you, but in normal, with friends, with acquaintance, with people that you know and you enjoy, you say tu to say you. Alright, so I say, est-ce que vous aimez les pommes? But you can say as well, est-ce que tu aimes les pommes? It's the same, okay? And, it's a creative question, so you can ask the question that you want. I just give you an example. It's an example, okay? We continue. So, je suis né. So, I know that the question will be with quel. Je suis né, and it's a girl who's talking. Je suis né le 15/08/93. Parfait. And of course you can say when did you born, when, etc. We can use when, quand, but in today's exercises we don't show how to use quand. It will be for the next parts of French with Love. Today we talk about quel, so I will use quel. Okay, I will write this one first. Quelle est, and it tell me that she is born, the August, etc. So I will ask, quelle est votre, and we already seen the possessive adjective, so I will use quelle est ta date de naissance. Okay, so I'm talking like I know the person. Okay, quelle est ta date de naissance? And you see the mistake? Date de naissance is feminine. This is why I use ta. And since it's feminine and singular, I have to use this quelle form. And this is correct. Okay? Quelle est ta date de naissance? And the person says, je suis né le 15/08/93. We continue. Je parle, so there is no yes or no at the beginning, so I know that it will be quelle. Je parle l'anglais et le français. And then I will ask quelle. And let's make it plural this time. Avec une majuscule. Quelle langue parlez-vous? Okay. Quelle langue parlez-vous? Which language do you talk? Quelle langue parlez-vous? And it's plural form, so this is why, you know, I add s here and s here. Quelle langue parlez-vous? All right. And here it's, you know, since. And yes, quelle langue parlez-vous? Well, you know, you can ask question in two ways actually. Quelle langue parlez-vous is more polite, but you can also say, you know, in daily language, quelle langue vous parlez? Quelle langue vous parlez? Okay, and it's a more direct tone. So it depends in how you want to use it. But in daily French, you can use both. You can use quelle langue vous parlez? You are more direct, or you can more polite and more grammatically correct. You can use quelle langue parlez-vous? Okay, it's both. You can use the one you want. And yeah, like, you know, you in the books or in the private area, you have all the answer. And here for the answer, which one I use, I will tell you partie 1, chapitre 3. Est-ce que vous êtes ce qui fait beau? Quelle langue? Yes, I use quelle langue parlez-vous? Okay, so I go with polite words. But the others is, you can hear as well quelle langue vous parlez. It's more direct, and so you can hear both. Okay. Let's continue. Okay. So we are here. C'est rue Marie Curie. So if you have seen our first chapter, you know that we're talking about an address. So I will ask quel est the verb. I'm talking about, you know, polite way, votre. And here la majuscule. And what is missing here, and space is welcome here. Quelle est votre adresse? Quelle est votre adresse? C'est rue Marie Curie. You can also use, I don't know, like, quelle est votre rue? You know, there is no just one question, okay? So you can find one, quelle est votre adresse? But quelle est votre rue is like more suitable, since, you know, the answer is c'est rue Marie Curie. So I directly give you the answer. Quelle est votre rue? Okay, and since rue is feminine word, this is why I use quelle like this. Let's continue. Here you are we. So I don't even look the rest. I know that I will start with est-ce que. Okay, boom. And I have half of the points actually, especially if you do exam, you know that every point are important. So when you say est-ce que, even if the rest is wrong, you get the half point. So here it's oui, j'adore les fraises. Fraises means strawberries. So I will ask you. And since, you know, it's a question about fruits, usually you ask for people that you know. So I will use tu. Est-ce que tu, what, love, like, aime les fraises? And that's it. Est-ce que tu aimes les fraises? Oui, j'adore les fraises. You can use here adorer as well. It's the same. Est-ce que tu adores les fraises? You know, oui, j'adore les fraises. As you wish, as you want. Est-ce que vous aimez? But est-ce que tu adores les fraises? You know, it's not a question that we ask a lot. So, and if you do not know the person, you can say vous aimez les fraises. Okay, if you want to be polite. Est-ce que vous aimez les fraises? So all the things that I wrote are correct. And we continue. No, il n'a pas de chapeau. Chapeau means hat. So we can ask And you know, it's a game that we play in France, and I guess in English country as well, you do play it. Is who is who, you know? So you have like some small picture in board, and you know, you ask, est-ce qu'il a une moustache? Does he have a mustache? You say yes, no, and you know, you close the picture. We call it qui est in French. And actually, you can play such game in order to ask question. Est-ce qu'il a un chapeau? Does he have a hat? So, est-ce qu'il a un chapeau? Up. Can you see it? Yes. Est-ce qu'il a un chapeau? Does he have a hat? Non, il n'a pas de chapeau. No, he does not have any hat. Okay, and we finished this one, and we continue to the conjugation part. Okay. So the conjugation is about today verb faire. And I hope that you watched the lesson, because all the answers are in the lesson. We just practice here, okay? So today's verb is the verb faire, and we conjugate it in the present tense, because it's very important for you to master the present tense before all other tense, because you will see that with the present tense you can do a lot, and that if you understand how it works, you will understand how does the other tense and mood work. So, I will change the color of my pen, it will be easier to watch for you. Yeah, so je fais. And it's quite funny because, you know, with tu, you have fait as well. You see, both are the same because it's a third group verbs. And the third group verbs are different from the first group and the second group. We will explain all of them to you. But just know that when you use the verb faire, when you say je fais, tu fais, you have to add the letter S at the end. And if you just begin your French, I know it might be difficult because when you say il, elle, on, you pronounce it fait as well. So, but with the letter T at the end, okay? So you have to be careful. So, je fais, tu fais, il, elle, on fait. You see the pronunciation is the same here, here, and here. Yet, the spelling is different. Be very careful about that. So then you have nous, which means we. Nous. And nous faisons. Okay? Whenever you see a verb that ends with O and S, just know that we use vous. Same as with when you see a verb that ends with EZ, know that we usually use the pronoun subject vous, but not today. Because faire is a third group verb, and this is why it's complicated, because it doesn't follow all the conjugation instruction, and this is why vous faites. Okay, very difficult, I know, but just learn it by heart. Okay, there is no explanation, and just learn it by heart. Just know that je fais, tu fais, il, elle, on fait, nous faisons, and again, I know, you know, in pronunciation video, you know that I, E together make the sound E, but here it's nous faisons, not nous faisons. You can hear sometimes like nous faisons, but it's not beautiful to hear. And to make the pronunciation easier, you know, we say nous faisons. You know, it's move, beautiful. So this is why it's a choice, actually. So you will hear a lot that nous faisons and not nous faisons. It's hard to say, nous faisons, but nous faisons, you know, boom, boom. And this is why it's like this, you know, it's come from ancient time, Latin, Greek, etymology, but most of the time it's just about pronunciation and make things easier. I know French is not an easy language, but sometimes they're trying hard to make things easier for people. And so this is why nous faisons, you know, it's hard to say, but nous faisons, easier. Then we continue. I will change my pen and I will take the color, which one? Bleu ciel, sky blue. Il, elle, boom, fond. And that's it, okay? I hope you get it. It's not so difficult, just learn it by heart, because faire, it's a very, very important verb that we can use a lot. I will change my pen, go to blue, so you can see easier. I'm here. Although E is pronounced, it's, you know, the thing that I just tell you, A, only in the word of faison is pronounced as a. Please review our video for the right pronunciation. You can watch our lesson in order to know everything perfectly. Faire is very, very useful verb, since you will do it a lot. And you can translate it as to do, to make, extra, okay? So here, for instance, I do de la guitare, so we have to conjugate it. So it's je fais de la guitare. You can say je joue de la guitare, you know, it's playing guitar. So you can translate it word to word, like je joue de la guitare, or you can say il fait de la guitare. And be careful to the article here, because if you say je fais une guitare, it means that you are crafting a guitar. But you can say that je fais de la guitare, or je joue de la guitare, do you playing, do you doing. You know, you can hear it a lot in French. You can say je joue de la guitare, I play guitar, or je fais de la guitare, I'm doing guitar. You can use it. It's not so, well, you have a choice actually, okay? Some people will say, oh no, it's wrong, it's je joue de la guitare. You can say both. He does what? Sport. This one is easy. Il fait du sport. Okay, he does. We continue the boys, so we will use il and not elle, because elle is for girls and il is for boys. Noise means bruit in French. So, ils font beaucoup de bruit, okay? All right. We are making, so here you can use two subject pronouns if you want. You can use nous, or you can use on. Which one you want? The easier one is on fait, avec une majuscule, on fait. Or you can use nous faisons. Let's do it. Okay. All right. Quite easy, right? Okay, so let's continue. I don't think that it's too much difficult. You just conjugate the verb to put it in this sentence. And then what do we have? Oh, more sentences using the verb faire, because I told you we use it a lot. For instance, to talk about the weather. And we have seen it in previous exercise. Il fait beau. The weather is fine. Well, this is the very first level. This is why I say il fait beau, it's enough. Or if you want, you can use this one as well. Il fait bon. But most of the time you will hear il fait beau. Then we continue. He cleans. To clean, it's faire le ménage. So we have seen it in lessons. This is why I give it here to you. Il fait le ménage. With a dot at the end. Okay. Your shoe body size is 36, so your, it's tu, or you can use votre, with the one you want. Pardon, it's not vous, it's vous. Sorry. Vous faites du 36. N dot at the end. Okay. Vous faites du 36. Then we continue. It hurts. So we have seen it in our lessons, and you translate it as ça fait mal, with a dot at the end. Like this one, and it's perfect. So she's having a heart attack. Sorry. She's having a heart attack. How can you say it? She's having, so she, elle. Then we conjugate it. Fait une crise cardiaque. Okay, so she's having, you can say elle a une crise cardiaque, but since, she's having it at the moment, we have to say elle fait une crise cardiaque. She's doing it right now. Her heart is doing it right now. So this is why we use the verb faire. To be careful, to pay attention. You can translate both as, and it's infinitive. So we have to use faire. Attention. Like this. Okay, that's perfect. And to save money, to save up. So again, it's infinitive, faire. And in French, we say faire des économies, like this. Okay, so let's continue. A little more French. Yeah, here I explain you est-ce que does not have a literal translation in English. It is the inversion of c'est que, so this is from where est-ce que comes. Est-ce que is the interrogative phrase and is used to ask questions that you can answer by saying yes or no. We have saw it just a few minutes ago. You can separate the word est-ce que and you always have to use it as est-ce que or est-ce apostrophe if the words start with a vowel, if the words that come after start with a vowel. In the next chapter, we will see other form of asking questions in French, but for now, keep practicing and ask questions with quel, quelle, and est-ce que. And we will finish with these exercises. Please copy the note below, because you're just starting to learn French and maybe this is your very third lesson in French and you have never wrote in French before. So this is very important for you to get used to write in French. So this is why we just copy actually the sentence and we get used to write in French. So I will do it with you. Je cherche, because as well, later we will do what we call dictée. So it means that you don't see the sentence, you just hear it and you have to write it down. So, but here you can see the sentences and write. Okay, je cherche du travail. En ce moment, dot, j'envoie mon CV, curriculum vitae is the same in English, au, and we will have lessons about this aux entreprises, so it's plural, it's not just one. There is a virgule, a comma, mais, but, malheureusement, this is a complicated word, long, so it means unfortunately, c'est difficile, it's difficult to find, de trouver, un travail, a work. Do not confuse it with the verb travailler. Here it's a noun, so this is why it takes an article before. We will talk about article in future further parts. Dans ce secteur, and a dot at the end. Alright? Je cherche du travail en ce moment. Electronic. En ce moment, j'envoie mon CV aux entreprises, mais malheureusement, c'est difficile de trouver un travail dans ce secteur. Ok? Here, like this one. And I think it's good. Alright? So we have finished today lessons. As you can see, we work a lot, like 8 pages, and I hope that you enjoy it. We start with the vocabulary, and next time we will do the fourth part of French with Love. So my advice is from now you can go and watch the fourth chapter of French with Love, because next time our video exercises will be about the 4th chapter. Okay, so that's it, we did it all, and yes, that's perfect. If you have any question, do not hesitate to write them in the comments, or come to frenchwithlove.com and send me an email. You can have access to all the lessons in video format, in video version, in our website, in the private area. You just have to come and choose a membership and to log to your account. We add every day and every week some new materials for you from A1 level to C2 level. And yes, this is the philosophy, this is the method, the tactic. Actually, I will take you from the very first level and take you and accompany you till the end, till the C2 level. So, see you next time. I hope you enjoy this video. If you are on YouTube, do not hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe if you still not have subscribed yet. Si vous ne vous êtes pas encore abonné, very difficult sentence to make in French, but we will get to that. Till next time, well, you know it, stay with love.